This one's
Hi, everybody.
cool. Should be good.
All right.
Audio.
Do I see comments?
Yeah, you can see it on here.
Yeah. Can you turn it or maybe do it on my phone? Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. We give you guys a minute or two so that everyone has time to tune in.
Let me make sure that
Hi, everyone. Thanks for people who just tuned in. Do we know how many people are online?
yeah, I can
Yeah.
show you right now.
Yeah.
There's still a lot more jumping.
So here's the thing. Let's start with some questions while Josh figure out the details.
Almost there, just loading.
All right, today I want to talk about, for those of you who have tuned in, today I'm going to talk about building a funnel. As a matter of fact, I might take an idea from one of you guys and just build a funnel live so that you guys get an idea of how easy it has become to build online businesses these days. To give you a little bit of background, I started building funnels many years ago. Well, in the scale of internet, many years ago, around 2007, so that's 12 years ago. And when I started building an internet company and internet business was actually very difficult. So all these SaaS software companies that are available today, like ClickFunnels, like Lead Pages, like SendGrid or Stripe, none of them were available back then. So building even the simplest internet property, and this is not that long ago, I'm talking about 2007, 2008, required having a huge team of engineers building software, But these days, everything has changed. The game has become a lot easier, so to speak. It's a lot more, the playing field has leveled. So to give you an idea, in 2009, I probably had, let's say 2011 or 12, I probably had 50 engineers building our platform. And these days I can pretty much build the same thing with maybe 3 to 5 engineers. And that's a very sophisticated software company that we were building. Companies and a lot of internet businesses these days, including things like MentorBox, are really very easy to build. And a lot of you guys can I see the frame there? Yeah. All right, can you give me that and you can grab it on the laptop? All right, so.
And then the questions are below.
All right, good. I'll use that. All right, good. All right, so I have a laptop. I can see myself now. And if you have questions before I start, type it in. When I refresh, it goes. Okay, got it. Type it in underneath. And also, if you have a specific, so I'm going to use an example to build a funnel. If you guys have something you want to share, maybe I use an example that you guys provide. All right, so Demetrius asked, what would a sales funnel for a local service business look like? Example, landscaping, termite removal, real estate. So a local business like landscaping or termite removal is also needs a funnel, but it's more of a lead funnel. In other words, funnels have different purposes. So let me first explain for those of you who are not familiar with my terminology. Everybody understands the concept of websites, right? funnels are kind of loosely defined, but if you take the way I define it, this is, you know, different people have different opinions, but I have a very specific definition. If you create a linear, like kind of like a funnel, right? So it just goes one way. If you create a linear experience website, I call it a funnel. What is funnel? So a funnel is basically a linear experience website. It's a website that has one purpose, and you can't click around and do different things. It just takes you through step 1, step 2, step 3, and the customers don't have much of a choice. It is kind of like a very linear, it's kind of like watching TV, right? So if you're watching TV, you can just go forward and just watch it, right? You can't really jump around. A funnel is like a TV channel. It just takes you through an experience. And that's how I define it. Now, going back to the question Demetrius asked, a sales funnel for a local service business would be a lead generation funnel, meaning the whole purpose of the page is to actually generate leads that it can call or set up an appointment and then convert them either over the phone or in person, right? I can create a lead funnel, but I prefer to create a sales funnel, meaning a funnel that actually generates a purchase today. Kind of like that's, a lot of people are interested in those, but the concepts are really the same. So you can use the same concepts for lead funnels, for sales funnels, etc. Brian says, sound is not good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to forgive us. All our gear is in San Diego.
All right, so
yeah, you can let them know we're
Josh
shooting on an
says
iPhone.
you have to forgive us, so forgive us.
Please.
So let me see what else is there. Can you just give me like something I can tap my forehead in case I screw it a little bit under the light?
You want me to put the air on too?
Yeah, that'd be good. Maybe open the window so that there's some air circulation. There's light on my face, and that always kind of makes me shiny. All right. Okay. So, what would a funnel for a real estate distress motivated seller look like? I buy property and I want to make a funnel for seller leads. Exactly. I mean, this is what I just answered. Actually, so I'm gonna walk through building a funnel today. Actually, build one in front of your eyes. Take the same concept that I have, and instead of using a credit card form to capture sales, use a lead capture. It's like I'll show you while I'm doing it. Okay. Alex, your YouTube lead gen sales videos are quite long and informal. That's Kevin, thank you. Do you expect qualified leads to finish those videos or convert midway through? Do you find they skip around? Do you find informal to convert better, or just be your stop? So here's the thing about long videos, and this is something that most marketers are dead wrong about. I've tested this many times. Let me show you. So this is what most marketers would tell you, and they're wrong. So they tell you that create short, concise videos because on your website, I mean, ads are different, but on your website, create short videos because most people don't have the attention span, so they won't watch a 40-minute video. They're dead wrong on that. Basically what happens is that different people take different amounts of time to be convinced to take action. So if you have a video, all right, this is a video, this is time on the video, and this is percentage of people who watch the video, the curve looks something like this, right? Okay. So 100% of people who start the video obviously have started the video, but then like 80% of them fall within the first 1 minute, and then 70%, you know, after 3 minutes and all that. But then it kind of plateaus. Like there are let's say a 15-20% of people that watch the whole thing, right? So I have two arguments for long videos. Argument number one, you're not targeting like for maximum whole video view. That's a horrible, stupid metric, frankly. What you're targeting for is conversion rate. And as you know, a website has like a 5% conversion rate from a visit to somebody who buys something or submits information. That's an amazing website. Most websites have a bounce rate of 98% or something, right? So really, you don't care about these people. You don't. You just don't, right? You care about these 15-20% that watch the whole video. So it's like optimizing to get 100% of people to watch your whole video is just stupid. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, because all you care about is people who are interested. And guess what? Somebody that watches your video for 40 minutes or an hour is now emotionally invested in your product and is a lot more likely to buy. So all the gold is right here. So I don't care that a lot of people fall at the beginning. Now, the second argument is the following. Just because different people need different amount of time to be convinced. Some people need very little convincing, 1 or 2 minutes of video, watching a video or getting to know a product to actually convert. Maybe open that door so that there's some. Can you open that door?
Yeah.
There's airflow here. We're in our office in LA, and the good thing about LA is that the weather never gets too cold, and it's normally a good thing unless you're under a lot of light, like I am right now. So we need some airflow in this room. All right, ask you to open it from outside. All right, so different people need different amount of convincing, and people who bounce here doesn't mean that they're not going to buy. It just means that a lot of them got enough information that they need to make a purchase, so they bounce from the video and go convert. But then there are people that need more amount of time, more amount of face time to actually convert. And in those cases, if your video is short, you lose them. So if your video is long, you most likely don't lose people that need very little amount of convincing. They convert anyways. But if your video is too short, you lose all the people that need a long amount of time to convince, so you kind of lose those people. So because of that, and I've tested this multiple times over and over again, long video wins. And whoever tells you otherwise has not done a lot of testing. All right. I have a Forex education company, all right. Let me see what else, what other questions there are. An on-demand private jet charter service. This is also a lead funnel. Would a dental office only use a lead generation funnel? Yes, Carol asked, would a dental office, would a lead generation funnel correct? Do I need to set up multiple Stripe accounts for my clients to receive payment? What do you do? That's Louis. So Louis, I'm not quite clear what you do. So explain what your business is, and I'll give you advice on how to set up Stripe accounts. If you are selling one product to multiple clients, no, you need one Stripe account. But if you have an agency and you are helping other clients build their funnels, and you're helping them build their own business, each one of them require a Stripe account. In other words, each Stripe account, a merchant is tied to one business entity. Does that make sense? So I'm not clear if you're helping other companies collect, build sales funnels, or it is, just explain a little bit and I can help you. Josu Vega, hopefully I pronounce your name right. What program do you recommend for me to start with to focus on an e-com business and make money within the first few weeks? Okay, so these are two different questions. E-com, sorry if I'm sweating a little bit. It's a little bit, the light makes this a little hot in here. E-com, for e-com, I want to say there's an e-com agency program that Ty launched recently. It's actually really good. I taught part of it too, so I'm a little biased, but it's very up to date. Okay, check that out. A Forex education company, dental implants for Invisalign. That's a good one. Can you talk about building a funnel for an SEO company, basically getting B2B clients? Thank you, Dustin. All right. How can you use a funnel to sell private jet service? Same question. All right. Subscription box for dogs already have a pre-existing brand Knox Dogwear. This is Harrison Gordon, okay? With 10,000 email lists, 3,500 customers, 7,500 Facebook fans, and 3,500 followers on Instagram. You know, Harrison, I might actually use that example to build a funnel, all right? How should I prepare to work commission jobs for Remax as appointment setter? I have potential to earn $1,000 per closed deals I set appointments for. So that's also a lead funnel. This is, let me see what else I have. All right, so we have a bunch of lead funnels and sales funnel requests. I'm gonna get a few more questions and then I'm gonna build one, probably for the dog subscription business. All right. All right. Pet supply store selling CBD or CBD oil for pets. The product is called Pet Relief. If you're looking to build a funnel for it. Yeah, that's a good idea too. So I would build a pet supply store in Shopify. I kind of want to use ClickFunnels today because ClickFunnels is kind of like the most relevant one for a lot of you guys. So I'm going to skip that example, but you can kind of use the same concepts. When doing e-commerce or dropshipping, do you recommend catching customers' emails when they press add to cart button? Yes. Yes. I'll talk about that too. Okay. I think I'm going to start building one for pet subscription. Let me see who was it that asked that question. And if you give me a little bit more information, maybe I can literally build this funnel around your business. All right. Knox Dogwear. All right, let me look it up, see if I can find it. All right, let's see what is available for Knox Dogwear. All right, let's get started, guys. Let's first look for Knox Dogwear.
So I'm gonna get another camera going to record a better version, so
Yeah.
we can put it in later.
Sounds good.
So
So should I wait for a minute?
Yeah.
So that you have,
you have the good section.
So we have Josh is setting up a better camera to capture the funnel building section so that we can cut it and offer a lesson to you guys later. So I'm gonna spend a minute or two just doing research in front of you guys, and then we go and build the program. So this is by the way, I do not like this already. I tell you right now. It's like forced pop-ups just to cap. It's just, I don't like it. Like this is already, this website is already, sorry, if this is your website, just go away. All right. Do not pop up, especially a pop-up that you cannot, this is like common sense, guys. Do not show a pop-up that you cannot dismiss before I've had a chance to actually then learn what your website does. It's kind of really common sense. So either trigger pop-ups upon scroll. So a simple rule is maybe 30% scroll. So maybe here you can, or maybe here you can start a pop-up, or time it so it doesn't pop until like a minute and a half or two after I visited the website. Use common sense. Would you like the first time you go to the website, before you can see the website, a pop-up coming and forcing you to enter your email, not even knowing what the website does? No, nobody does. So don't do to others what you don't like being done to yourself. Simple rule. All right, is this on?
Yep, you are good with that. I'm gonna grab some headphones, but I got levels on the thing.
Okay.
So we will put this as a replacement in the lesson page.
That's fine. So we're getting a high quality version of this video, and I can offer it to you guys later. I'll be right back. All right. Let me see if there's more information about this dog one available, so I can build a funnel around it. I don't need to record the screen because you'll see what I'm doing on that screen behind me. Free books plus shipping, lead generator, the membership area plus group. Yeah, that's Dan. Yes, it's a good. Those are good ideas. Okay. All right. Gonna wait a minute for Josh to come before I actually start building it. In the meantime, I'm gonna use some of this. Let me watch the video really quick. 24-second video, guys. This is short. Remember what I said? Do not use 24-second videos. Just don't. Just trust me on this. Again, I don't know what happened to the video. I keep it at the top. Okay, the video disappeared on me. So here's a rule before I start, and I don't really mean to pick on this website, but this is the top of the fold, right? What is this? So I only see so much wasted space right here. Just again, guys, use common sense. Really, use common sense. So this is completely wasted space. It's like all like blank space. 1/3 of the area above the fold, more. So let's say the fold is, from here. So this is more than 1/3. Is this? And then this may be a good video, which I told you already it's a short video, but then it is so huge that I can't see the whole thing in one screen. Like, how am I supposed to watch this? So in ClickFunnels, for example, you can use the 3/4 ratio, so that kind of fits inside the frame. Now let's see what this video is. Alright, this is cuteness overload, I give you that. It's easy to do that with pet products, but really so far, I don't know what this website is. I bet it is like pet products, but there was not even an explanation of what the product does. So this right here, I tell you, these things are important. This page wastes a ton of room here. The video is completely, out of whack size. Then it has a slider here. At the top, you put a slider. So if you, for example, do you really want the top of your website to be this? I mean, this makes no sense. Then you have the video that is too short and it says nothing about the product other than a bunch of cute animals. So I have to scroll. Then there's this massive white space here. I hope this website is not live. I mean, it's not actually, you're not sending traffic here. So there's like hashtag Knox pack. And then it's like, these are actually cute products. These are actually cute products, and you kind of miss the whole point of the website here. The price point sounds expensive to me, so hopefully you've tested these price points. Okay, so you have a bunch of products, wasted space, weird wasted space. All right, more products. No organization to your products. You have some concept of collection, which is good, but I think you need to have best-selling, think like Amazon. How Amazon does it, that's a good example. It's like information packed and easy to digest. All right. Definitely you don't want to send people on a desktop computer. Guys, here's a simple thing. Nobody uses Instagram on their desktop. Nobody. I mean, I don't even know what this would look like. I don't even know. So do not put a link to Instagram as so basically the best way to think about it is that if I'm a person that is kind of scrolling this website and I've gone through all the information, then this is gold. Like if I've done so much scrolling and research about your website, this is where you can ask me to take an action. And on a desktop computer, you're wasting an action on sending me to Instagram on a desktop computer. I mean, just think about it. This is not like this is why I said, and I'm not again knocking on you. The person who mentioned this, I hope you don't get mad at me for picking on you. Just like it's really like common sense. Do not send the main call to action on a desktop computer or anywhere really, unless your goal is to get Instagram followers. And even then, you should only do it on mobile, not on a desktop computer. All right, so somebody said, do you recommend autoplay videos on ClickFunnels landing page or not? The answer is I've tested. It doesn't make any difference, and the main reason for that is video modules do not autoplay on mobile anyways. So 80-90% of your customers do not, the autoplay doesn't work for them anyway. So it's kind of like not an important decision to make. Somebody asked, Rafa asked about business loans. I can answer that question. Okay, so Harrison Gordon. So I'm sorry, Harrison, I picked on your website a little bit, but it just, I couldn't help. There are a lot of things you can improve here. Now, let's understand your question. So we are launching a separate product line for Knox Dogwear. It's going to be a subscription box for $35 a month and includes 5 items with an optional upsell item for $7. Will include 1 accessory, 2 toys, and 2 treats. Okay, good. All right, let's work on that a little bit. All right, so I'm going to start with, let me see what template I want to use. So this is ClickFunnels. This is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to create a dog subscription funnel, $35 per month. It seems to be the price point that you want to put it on. Was that 35? Yeah. Includes 5 items, and we will put those items on the website. So the website will look something like this. All right, got it. So the website will look something like this. At the top, logo, maybe a menu items. All right. Here's your hook. All right. And we have to think on that for a second. I didn't see a hook on your website, so I'll have to kind of come up with something myself. Then we have a video. Then we have join now and get This is called benefit stack. All right. And then we are going to stack a bunch of things underneath. The things we're going to stack if I have time. So this is the top of the page. This is the most important. This is section 1 of your website. This you have to get right. And I'm going to show you how to build this part. This is going to be the most important part. So then you need these other elements in there. Social proof. If you have any customer testimonials, you need likability, which is kind of easy to do for pet products. You need scarcity, and we will think of some other modules in the middle. Maybe story, definitely story, or your story on why I have no story. There was no story of you on the website. Then at the end we are going to have CTA. All right, and CTA is basically subscribe, and it's going to be $35 a month and a simple credit card form. So on page 1, I'm going to create a 1-step order form. So there are different ways of doing this. You can have the first page with all the information, and then opt in, capture email. Then on step 2, have a credit card order form. The advantage of doing that is obviously more people submit their email, you can email them later and get them to convert. The disadvantage is that two-step funnels have some drop off and also more complex. So a one-step funnel would have a credit card authorization form right here, and the purchase would happen. After that, it will go into a thank you page where you can add upsells and cross sells and stuff like that. So let's build this really quick. Which template do I want to use? Let's see this one, or I can use one of my own templates, but probably easier to do one of these. No, I don't want to use that. Actually, I'm gonna just go and use, what is this one? Okay, here we go. I'm gonna use one of my own and modify it for yours, okay? So if you guys don't know how to set up ClickFunnels is, I mean, you can build this honestly in many different tools. We use custom software for most of our projects. Sometimes we use ClickFunnels because it's easy. For a lot of you guys, ClickFunnels is a good starting point. And I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna use this particular page for a test that I was running for a project. Here we go. So I'm gonna modify this for your project. It kind of has the same structure, so it's kind of start. So there's logo at the top, then there's a hook. This is where I would put the video. This is benefit stack right here. Call to action, some information. This is also more benefits. Our story, it doesn't have all the elements like, you know, social proof and stuff like this page, but if you can find it, we'll add it for you. Checkout page, yes, this is a good example. So we're gonna basically start with this page and modify it, all right? So I'm gonna save this image right here. Save image as, sorry, I'm using your images, but you know, this is for a test purpose. Do not use other people's images without their permission. Obviously in commercial use. This is for demonstration. So I'm gonna replace this image with, all right, I'll add image, upload. Oh, I can drag it from here. All right. They can see it, right? They can see the screen?
Yep.
All right, good. If you guys have any questions, comments, let us know. Josh, kind of monitor the comments to see if they, you can have that now. Cool. All right, well, let's do this. All right, so we have your image right here. I'm gonna reduce the size. I hate big. Do you see? The first thing I do is, if you notice, my first bar was very narrow because I don't want, this is a very important space. I don't want to take it. Your logo is kind of cool, but it's low resolution right now, but you can obviously do it later. I do not want it to take a lot of space, so I'm going to make it 100 right there. I'm going to remove this call to action, maybe change the text of it to, well, I'll change that later. All right. What's a good hook for a dog subscription box? What gift have you bought your dog recently? Or let's say, give the gift of a subscription box to your dog. So let's think of that, something better.
Okay.
If you guys have ideas, post in the comments while I work on the video. So the video will be here. Now, join. See if anybody posts any good.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Doggy treats. What's your dog wearing? It's a doggy dog world.
It's a doggy dog world. It's not bad, but it's like.
It's kind of negative, right?
Yeah, I know. It's good. Yeah. What else? Think of hook is important, guys. It's important.
Treat,
you guys, huh?
Treat your best friend or treat.
I get. Let me see. can you look at the comment what exactly was in the box?
Yeah.
So $35 a month.
So we're launching Noak's Dogwear. It's going to be a subscription box, 35, which includes 5 items with optional upsell for item plus $7. Will include 1 accessory, 2 toys, 2 treats.
Okay, 1 accessory, all right. Monthly box of exclusive. So first start with what is actually in it. Monthly box of exclusive gifts for your best friend. And then what was it? 1
1 accessory,
all right.
2 toys,
Accessory. 2 toys, and I'll tell you how to jazz it up. 2 toys.
and then 2 treats.
Okay, now think of 3 adjectives. So treats are delicious. All right. Toys are what? Fun. And 1
Glamour. No.
glamorous.
1 stylish, or
uh, 1 amazing or unique.
yeah, unique.
All right. All right. Now, all right. So that's obviously the core. Now you want to add like 4 or 5 other bullet points here. What else can we say about this product? If you don't, so the last one is that if you don't like our products, simply return them and get a refund. So that would be the last bullet. That's like remove. So basically what I'm doing, this is kind of like this particular stack right here under the video. I do 2 things here. Let me talk about the psychology of this for a second. So I do 2 things. Maximize gain. Maximize gain. Minimize pain. All right. So under each one of them, come up with 3 or 4 items, and then you have your stack, right? So maximize gain. I put, you're getting like a bunch of surprise gifts. I should add the word surprise there somewhere for your dog, and then we have to say something about how the dog feels. It's hard to come up with copy on the camera, right? Like live on camera. Make your best friend feel the way you did on Christmas Day. I don't know. It's kind of cheesy. But you understand what I'm saying, right? So, is that a good line, you think? I don't know.
Yeah, I think I'll do for now.
Yeah, we'll do for now, and we'll do one more. One item? So I tell you one other tip on subscription boxes specifically. Always put 1 surprise item on there. I'm just gonna add it to you. 1 bonus surprise item. And surprise item can be anything. So you're guaranteeing there's 1 accessory, 2 toys, and 2 delicious treats on there. But add some bonus surprise item for you. The dear dog owner. This is actually meaning not only I'm giving gifts to your dog, but I'm giving something to you. If you don't like our product, simply return them and get a refund. One thing, cancel anytime. And then the other objection that people have is that, do I get a good deal on this? So basically you can say the value in the box will be, the combined value in the box will be way more than what you pay for the box. So let's frame
Box
that.
value.
Items total value will be
10,000 more.
Yeah, sometimes people say that actually. They say 5 times guaranteed, 5 times more, 3 times more. Is guaranteed. Items total value guaranteed to be more than 5 times the box price, something like that. So basically, in a simple thing, it's kind of simple. I mean, you guys understand I'm on air and I don't have time to actually think this through. But what I did is that in this stack right here, I added 3 reward items, meaning things that actually maximizes your pleasure, maximizes your gains, and then 3 objection removals. Basically, in a good stack, you can think of all the objections that someone have. Like one is, can I cancel the subscription anytime? Another one can be, what if I get a box of junks and I don't like anything inside of them? Well, you can return them. So you see objection removal, objection removal. Here is also objection removal. People say, well, what if you put a bunch of items in a box that actually I can buy individually for less than, what I pay for the box, and you kind of like instantly add that. So you have 3 benefits and 3 benefits and 3 objection removals. All right. Do we have good hook ideas?
Yeah, I saw someone refreshing. There's a surprise your best friend with Pandora's box.
I like it. With a monthly box. Surprise is a good word. Surprise your best friend with an amazing monthly box. It's kind of straightforward, but it does the job. How does that sound?
Yeah.
All right. So surprise your best friend with an amazing monthly box. So just to put it in perspective, guys, I'm not trying to be like douchey here, but look at this, the preview of this. Obviously the video is not relevant right now, it's like a different video, but you fix that video and that has to change. But you come here right away, I tell you, forget again the video, you're going to replace that. Surprise your best friend with an amazing monthly box, and then instantly I tell you, join Knox subscription box and get da. This already is significantly superior to whatever this thing is. It just is. It will convert 10 times better. That's right here. Which is why I say, going from getting some advantage in online businesses is kind of easy, because most people do the other one. Do some weird ass, again, excuse my language, websites that don't even clearly communicate what they do. Now, I'm going to replace this call to action with join now and get your free bonuses, and we'll talk about the bonuses in a second. This obviously has to be changed. Let me see. Change the, well, it's a box, right? So I leave the box logo there and claim your free bonuses now. Okay, it's not the best call to action, but it will do for now. I don't want to spend a lot of time fidgeting. So now, let me see if I can grab this video here. Okay, I'm going to remove this parameter here. All right. Okay, so this is the link to YouTube. Go here, and I'm going to bam. All right, let's see what we have. All right, Knox. Surprise your best friend with an amazing monthly box. I wish you had a better video, but it is what it is. You have a hovering call to action at the top, which is great. So as you're scrolling, there's always a call to action. And if I have that, I even remove this a lot of times, but whatever, it's not that important. A simple stack right here. And this website right here, just this, is a lot better than what you have. Just, I'm telling you now. What the things I would change here is I would come up with a better video that actually explains the service, and it's like, at least 6 to 10 minutes long. This has to change, obviously. I would remove this. I would put your story here. Harrison, if you want, tell us a little bit about your story. I would put you here. Harrison was his name, right? Or
Uh,
Gordon? Gordon.
I'll have to check.
Yeah. So put that there, and I'm gonna then create this part, which is the actual offer. Maybe I start from the offer, and maybe in the meantime you give us some background about yourself.
Yeah, Harrison Gordon.
Harrison Gordon.
Both right.
Okay. Good. His first name is Harrison. Or
Yeah.
Harrison.
First name is
So Harrison, I got it right. So give us a little bit about your story, or maybe whoever is a founder, and then we would put it here. And now I'm gonna fix this.
Jade is asking, are you able to share the funnel template?
Sure. I'll scrub it a little bit, but I'll share it with you guys. Okay. Remind me after the call.
Yeah.
Okay. So here I have. So you gotta say. For whatever reason. Change this text right here. Sometimes click on it annoys me. Join now and get. Think of a bonus in the first box if people join right now.
For a dog?
For a dog.
Glow in the dark collar.
All right, good. Join within the next 45. I don't like that. Join before the offer expires and get a free glow in the dark. Glow in the dark has dashes in the middle. Dark color. All right. And I'm gonna Google again. You guys, you gotta do it with images that you have the rights to, right? I'm doing this as an example. Glow in the dark color. Images. Just grab something cool. Let's say it's kind of cool. A free. Which one is cool?
I mean, the one with the dog?
Where's the one with the dog?
Right
Is
there,
it
the
right
black
there?
dog?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, but it's like kind of like has it.
Or the one maybe.
This one. How's this?
Yeah.
All right. So why is the one with the dog better?
Because it's a dog.
Yeah, it's likability.
Yeah.
Right there. I actually wrote likability there. Yeah, it's like likability, right? So save image as dog glow in the dark. Okay. All right. So obviously, again, when you're actually doing it for real for your business, use images that you have the right to. Okay. And I'm gonna put this right here. Add an image. Gonna modify this image. All right, so where's the image? Here, grab it, drop it here. All right. Bam. How's that? You like it too big, huh?
It is a little big.
Yeah, so we make it width, I would say 400. Too big, 300. That's good. Remove the space right here. Bam. Okay. So now you have urgency. And I want this offer to be valid until when? Let's say join before the offer expires. Let's say, is there a natural urgency that we can make? Like, is there a dog-related event coming? Is it Dog's Day?
Is there a dog?
Yeah, I don't know. Is there a dog
I'm
day?
sure there is.
See if there's a dog day.
August 26th.
August 20th, that's too far out. Yeah. So,
Or let's see, National Pet Day.
yeah, National Pet Day. Is there something right now? It's February.
April 11th.
April 11th. All right, great.
Close.
Join before the National Pet Day, April 11th, and get a free, that's a good one. All right, so now we need a counter that is a different type of counter. It has to be countdown, if I'm not mistaken. This is the counter we need. And we go and say, okay, end time, end date is April 11th. So we make it 04/11/2019. All right, whatever, 12 a.m. All right, I remove this. And I say, and I add a little text here. I should duplicate this, drag this on top of this, remove the spacing here. Ta-da. All right. Offer expires on National Pet Day. I hate two exclamation marks. One is better. Let's see how it looks. And obviously, guys, I don't have time to make this super pretty, so, but you get the idea. Maybe I can just share this. Well, I mean, we need Harrison's permission before we actually share this, because there's some.
He sent a small little story, by the way, too.
Okay, good. So we use this more. Okay, here we go. So you have join before the National Pet Day, April 11th. You see? So here's the actual psychological phenomenon that is going on. So this actually built urgency into subscription, right? So you have 43 days, 3 hours, whatever, to National Pet Day. You can say 43 days is too long, but that's fine. You get the idea. By the way, it will take you like probably a few weeks to launch anyway, so this would be perfect timing as a matter of fact. So you have join before the National Pet Day, and this does two things. One, it creates urgency, but not false urgency. It has an actual reason, even though, I mean, it's kind of arbitrary, but you pick the reason. It helps, makes things feel more legit. Hopefully that makes sense. So you have 43 days to convert. You have a cute picture of one of these. Obviously, it looks great. And what's the story? Let's put in that story. Harrison, is there a photo of you online that I can use? Also, put it in there. Now, what's the story?
Alright, so he says, my girlfriend and I moved out and brought home a puppy. We wanted to find a collar that fit him but also looked dapper. So we decided to start Knox and sell bow tie collars as a luxury item.
Good. That's actually a good one. So now if I can have a photo of you and maybe your girlfriend hugging your dog,
That'd be good.
we will put the photo here instead of a photo of me. And I would, so basically, can you WhatsApp me that story so that I can just use it here? Just. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Our story. So, I mean, the copy has to change a little bit. Move out. My girlfriend and I moved out and brought home a puppy. What does that mean, moved out and brought home a puppy? I will remove the moved out part. Since ClickFunnels have decided to be really slow today, so bear with me. I don't know why it's so slow.
Maybe you meant to say moved into a new
maybe.
house?
Yeah, but whatever. You guys get the idea. This is where you a little bit of story. It's very personal to you, so I can't really write it for you. But to start Knox as a luxury item for dogs, so we can share our passion with all other loving dog owners or whatever. Just put it here anyways. Now, Can you maybe Google him, see if you can find a photo of him and his dog or something? If not, can you find a generic photo of like a couple with a dog or something as a placeholder? Now, I'm gonna remove this, not needed. I'll turn off my computer for whatever reason. Mistakenly.
You don't care if it has watermarks, right?
Yeah, it's my invisible placeholder, so.
Image.
Which by the way reminds me, I have to save it in case this crashes. Alright, so saved. Also ask Harrison if he gives us permission to share this page with other people. Then you guys can just use this as a template. This is, I mean, it's not that. It's just, I like simple pages because here's how to think about it. If you start from complex, it's easier to add than remove, honestly. Like, as a matter of fact, Marie Kondo, she's the author of, what is that book about organizing houses? She's the Japanese lady, how to condo, organize houses, or cleaning houses.
In the book?
It's a book, yeah.
The life-changing...
The life-changing art of what?
It's the life-changing magna of tidying up.
Tidying up, yes. The life-changing art or whatever of tidying up. She's a Japanese lady, talks about how to clean a house or reorganize your life. And here's a thing that I took from that book that is actually very powerful. She basically talked about if you want to organize a house, like you walk into a house or an office that is very disorganized, you do the following two things in order. First, you discard everything that you don't like or you don't need. Everything. And you don't start organizing until you're done discarding. Does that make sense? So you have to first discard everything. Go to simple bare bone and then start building. It just, if you have a lot of clutter all over the page, you can't really think logically and like organize very well. So the thing I like about, I don't like, for example, I looked at this template right here. This is a ClickFunnels template. It has a lot going on. There's image in the background. There are 2-column things and all that, which just kind of looks nice. But in my opinion, it's easier to start from a super simple template like the one that I was showing that I'm working on. It's like super simple, right? So it's much easier to start from something like this and just build it. And then if you want to make it prettier and more precise and fine-tune, it's a lot easier to start from simple and go complicated. So I'm gonna, at the end of this, I'm gonna share with you this super simple template. Think of it as a bare bone minimum on a page. And then it's easy, you start with this, put the elements on there, iterate, and if you really want a pretty website, you can just add like design elements to it and make it beautiful. So, alright, so did you find the image?
I sent you on WhatsApp.
Okay, let's look at it. Where's it, Josh? Alright, yeah, this is great. I mean, looks like a stock photo, but whatever. It's for this purpose, just imagine it is. If it was, it has to be you, by the way. This photo, if it was actually on the website, I would be like, oh, these people are not genuine. It's not actually their photo. Alright, so I save this. Alright. And then I go to downloads, bam, bam, bam. Where's the image? There we go. So we go here, and we go here, right here. I like duplicating this, so just add things. Alright, so just put the image. Yeah. Well, can I not add this here? Okay, I have this. I just added not an element. Add an element. Okay. I'm gonna grab this element right where it is. Okay, here we go. Grab this image. Remove this all together. Alright, now I'm going to replace this image with the stock photo version of you and your good girlfriend. So basically you need to replace this with the real you and your girlfriend and your dog.
Yeah, you said you couldn't find any photos.
It's fine. You can
You
take
said
a photo.
Yeah.
Thank you for working with us, by the way. This came out great. I think it's a good example for people to see. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I would make this a little bit bigger. Obviously, this photo is very obviously a stock photo. But don't, so let me increase the width of it. I feel like this has to be bigger. Here we go. The top margin has to be a little bit higher. More padding on top. There we go. All right, bam. So, I mean, there are some segments here that I'm gonna. We really need more copy. Like this needs to be rewritten. Do you think I should leave it as a placeholder or I should remove it?
But that's what it would look like, right?
Get its home? Yeah, I mean, I want to say I will remove it. You guys can build it later. I don't want to write a lot of copy here on air. So we have that, and let's say something nice here. Get instant access. I'm going to change this text a little bit, and I'm going to keep this. Ask him if he's actually has had how many customers he's had, or some information.
He can hear. So.
Yeah, if you can hear, so give us some information here, like if you've had customers or you've been like had a best-selling product or something. Let me add some authority here. I would like to build a little bit of authority on the pages, so this would be a good place to build authority. So we have logo, we have call to action, we have a good hook, a video, benefit stack, 3 rewards at the top, 3 pain removals, a button. The button will check that it scrolls down. Your story, so personal touch, urgency. We have here now. Today's a special. I'm gonna remove it because it's not for today. And I'm gonna make this simple. I would actually say you probably, in order to improve your average cart value, which is a whole different thing I can do a live call on, I would have a monthly and a yearly option. So I would be like, all right, so I say monthly membership. How much was it? $35 a month?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make that $34.99, or annual membership. So about, like, let's say 10-15% of people will buy annual, and those people would pay for the entire year up front, and they would get a discount, and in return it would significantly improve your cash flow. So that's too much space. So $34.99. Let's do it. Let's do math calculator. So 35 times 12. Okay, 420. And then I want to give them a, let's say, 25% discount times 315. So I'm going to make it, if the economy works for you, or $299 per year. Okay, and I will remove this column here. Bam. All right. So we have our funnel: 30-day money-back guarantee. Copy 2019 by, what was it? Knox. Something. What was it? Knox.
It was just Knox, but maybe, yeah, Knox.
Dogware.com. All right. Almost there. All right. So now we edit the credit card form. By the way, guys, I mean, I know a lot of you guys are watching, and you can watch this later. And obviously, we will give you the template as well. If you have any questions now, would be a good time. So I'm going to add related to this for now, okay? So I'm gonna add shipping here because this is a unique shipping address for a physical product. So you have shipping now, so you have first name, last name, da 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 da. Okay. Now I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna add 2 products. So here you need to now create 2 products here. This is connected to my Stripe account. So what would be the best way to test this? Well, so I'm not going to create the actual Stripe connection because then I have to create 2 plans in my Stripe account for a dog subscription box. I don't really want to do it right now, but it's pretty simple. You go basically to products and you create add a product, and you create basically monthly subscription, all right, and the price was, well, if you pick a subscription now, you won't even need to, but for the purpose of just showing this, how much was it? $34.99 amount, and then it will show $34.99. Bam. Yeah, this needs to be done slightly differently. You can Google it on how to set it up. Also, ClickFunnels has a good tutorial on how to integrate the Stripe account into ClickFunnels. I just don't want to create a dog subscription plan ID in my Stripe account, but you should create a Stripe account or whatever is the merchant processor and create the equivalent subscription plans in your merchant processor, and then you can link to them here, okay? So I call it annual subscription, all right, and how much did I say? $299, or actually save 25%. Save 20, yeah, I did 25%, so save 25%, amount $299 per year, that one was per month, so we change that really quick, yeah, $34.99 per month. Okay, all right, these are set up again, guys. This is a demonstration. I set these up as they're actually a one-time payment. The reason I did that is because I don't want to create these plan IDs in my Stripe account. But, you know, so I did this as a one-time so that it doesn't require setting up a plan ID, but it's just very simple. It's like a little bit of watch a video and it will show you how to create a plan ID with Stripe. Okay, so I have then, all right, let's see what we've got. Here we go. We have a website. Why is that not showing? The call to action top. Okay, for whatever reason, it's not showing. Okay, let's see. All right, that button isn't showing for whatever reason. There's a bug. Oh, you did. Okay, so it shows on the scroll. I forgot. Okay, good. So, so you have basically a reason. This is like a very effective, yet not. I mean, there's not obviously a lot of design work put into this page, but it's very effective. All of it except for this part right here, which can be some authority buildings. If you have won an award or you have had customers have said nice things about you, or you've had good reviews, you can, or if you've had a best-selling product, you can say it right now, right here. So super simple. It conveys the concept pretty simple. You have a story, all of a sudden you made yourself a human. Now I prefer that you do this in the video, because an image is a two-dimensional version of a three-dimensional person. So you actually can provide, you can humanize yourself a lot easier on the video compared to an image, even though having an image is better than not having it. But then even better than that would be to actually have a good video. Hopefully that makes sense. You have your story, you have your urgency, you have your two options, and then you just put the information there. Bam, step 2, monthly subscription, $34.99 a month. Annual subscription, save 25%, $299 a year. Put your credit card number, and bam, I built it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this. Now, after this is just the beginning, obviously. This is just the beginning. So now you can actually send traffic. This, honestly, in 12 hours, like you can work on this for maybe another 10 hours and it will be ready to launch, okay? You know, just a little bit more work on design and stuff. And then after, you need a thank you page after this, which is super simple. I actually have a thank you page template, which when we share the funnel, you will get that as well. And then it just after default. So what I would do is that I would just copy paste. I know that ClickFunnels automatically advances from one page to the other, but what I do is that I hard code all the pages. So I kind of grab the URL, and you can see settings, general, on submit, go to, so you put the URL of the target page on there, and before you know it, this is ready to go basically. All right, so yeah, see what questions we have. It's kind of like, we'll share this with you guys. If Harrison gives us the authorization to actually share this funnel, there's not much anything proprietary here, but we used your logo and stuff, and I kind of want your permission to actually use it. If you're okay with it, we will share this template with the rest of the group. And yeah, what questions do we have?
Alright, so I'll start from the bottom here. So this person doesn't really have a name, it's just a number, but they're asking, would you use the same template for a digital product, say course or ebook?
Yes, as a matter of fact, this was actually a template for a digital product that I turned it for a physical product. These concepts that I talked about, that we didn't go through all of it, but you guys get the idea now, hopefully. They are universal, so they apply to everything. Like hook, video, like this is a very universal template. It's a simple template too. That's the beauty of it. It's like simple. It just doesn't take that much. And it kind of just fill out whatever is the information you need for your business, digital, physical, whatever. This can be, by the way, a lot of you guys asked about lead funnels, like landscaping business or real estate business, same concept, except here at the bottom, instead of a credit card form, you have a lead submission, like you have an opt-in or, you know, name and email submit module, which is, again, super easy to do in ClickFunnels. You don't need me to tell you all the details of how every button works in ClickFunnels, because all of that is, there are videos for that and there are instructions for it. So you can easily do that yourself. But I think the part that is missing, and the reason I'm doing this call, is to tell you guys, you know, when you look at a website like this, I mean, this is wrong. This will never convert. This is not a matter of tactical moves like, oh, where to put what button where. It's not that. It's just, this website is wrong. It will never convert. So you need to understand the concept, and then I implemented one of them for you guys in ClickFunnels, and you just, you know, if it is a lead submit page, it's the same concept. Instead of a credit card page, though, you have email submission. Did I answer the question? What was the question?
Well, yeah, the last one was, will it work for
Yes.
the digital product?
Yes, it will work for everything. The concept is universal.
Alright, Dan the Hatchman is asking, Russell Brunson has the never-ending sales page hitting the hook, story, offer, / stack,
Yeah.
etc. Is there any benefit to the long form sales letter versus shorter sales letter? What you are building now with the Knox dog?
Yeah, so the answer is really the longer the better. It's just when the page gets long, you have to put these buttons, the scroll button. So this button now hopefully scrolls. Let me actually check it if it does. Yeah, it does. It just scrolls to the offer section. So if it was very long, all you do is you put that button in different parts of the page, and every time somebody clicks, it just scrolls to there. So that, and the idea is very simple. For the same reason, for the exact same reason that I told you, long videos dwarf short videos in conversion. long pages win over short pages. So yes, so the more copy you add, every time you add good copy, right? When you add good copy, it kind of increases the conversion a little bit. There's decreasing marginal return, meaning if it is like, you know, a long page and then a slightly longer page, you don't really get that much benefit, but it also doesn't hurt you. So I like the concept of long copy. It's just in this case, we don't have time to write a lot of copy. So this is what the project, like over time, you just add and add and add. And in my opinion, it's better to have a long video, which is what I disagree with Russell on, is he tries to make the page long, I try to make the video long. So video is a better way of selling, long form selling, than copy, in at least today's age. And we've tested this quite a few times, not that both of them are not effective. And probably if you do both of them at the same time, it's even more effective. But if I were to work on making something really long and detailed, I would work on video first. Okay? What else?
So Luis Contreras asks, I have an agency, and for multiple business, I do have my clients set up a Stripe account and just input their information on ClickFunnels.
Exactly. So the reason I didn't do this, I didn't connect this with my Stripe account is because I don't want a dog business connected to my Stripe account, right? So your customers, they have different Stripe accounts for their different businesses. You do not want your educational business client be charging the same Stripe account that the dog business is charging to. So every business, every entity sets up a different Stripe account, and you shouldn't be setting it up. They should be setting it up. So help them, show them how to do it, but set it up under their name. So they are the verified owner, and they are the verified, they're the account holder, because then they are on the hook for taxes on that money as well. You don't want to be on the hook for the money that your client makes, right? IRS comes after whoever owns the Stripe account. So you don't want to be the person on the hook for that. You can be a member of it, but have the account holder be your client. And every single one of them should have a different Stripe account. What else?
Cameron asks, what would you offer for an upsell or an OTO?
On this one, it's great. So there are three for e-commerce. There are three main categories. Great question. This did not have. So for those of you who don't understand what upsell is, so right now in the funnel that I created, this is the page, hook, video, credit card form. Purchase happens right here, and it goes directly to the thank you page, right? So this is thank you, or receipt page, if you will. What you can do to increase the value is to put a page in the middle, or multiple pages in the middle that offer upsells. Now, here's what I would do, is I would offer, there are three categories. There's I call them upsells, cross-sells, and upsize. Actually, so upsells have three categories: cross-sells, upsizes, and upgrades. So it's kind of, I use this particular language because upsell can be a lot of things. So, for example, if you're selling a bottle of shampoo, the next page, which is probably the most effective thing for a bottle of shampoo, is to say, hey, would you like to buy a dozen of them for a much cheaper price, right? So it's upsizing. Or buy 3 bottles of shampoo, same shampoo you just bought, buy 3 of them for the price of 2. That's a very effective upsell. In this case, you're selling a monthly box, so what would be upsize your box or something? Get 7 items.
Yeah,
so
a bigger box.
A bigger box. So you can potentially have that. I haven't seen that in box businesses, but maybe you can do it. So you can have, upsize would be a bigger box, basically. So it's more of the same thing. Does that make sense? Upgrade is when you go to economy, to the economy class, you buy a ticket to an airplane economy class, and you go to the kiosk and they say, would you like to pay $250 more and make it a first class? That's upgrade, meaning they're replacing what they already gave you with something not bigger, but higher quality. So in this case, it would be basically, if you were selling, let's say, I don't know, think of some dog product that can be upgraded. Like for example, if you were selling a color and then it says this color also comes with titanium steel like rings or something like that. I just made that up. That is kind of like for an additional whatever. That is an upgrade. Cross sell would be, so upgrade would be upgrade is pretty simple. Cross sell is selling something that is kind of adjacent to it. So what is an adjacent product to a dog subscription box? Let's think of that.
Cats.
But dog owners, do they have cats? I don't know.
Yeah, not as much.
Yeah,
Like pet food.
it could be. So we can say you can have cross sell would be pet food is not bad. So if you have your own brand or you have another one, you can say, hey, this is a food brand that we. So on the next page there will be a video of your like, congratulations, thank you for buying my box my Knox box. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about a brand of food that I'm an affiliate for, and I feed my own dogs. This particular brand of food, I highly recommend it because da 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 da. And because I'm an affiliate for them, I can give it to you at a discount, and this is the offer. So that would be kind of like a cross sell. Another idea would be maybe novelty items probably work really well, because think about it this way. When you're buying a box, a pet subscription box, a surprise box, you're thinking novelty items. So maybe you can sell a one-off of some item, a novelty dog product. We use the glow-in-the-dark color, but think of another one.
Like an accessory like that?
Yeah.
Like a costume, like a dog costume?
Dog costume.
Or
Dog costume.
Or sweater.
Or sweater. So I don't have room, but you guys get the idea. So basically, yes, on the next page, think of like what can be done here. And then if 10-20% of people, 20% would be fantastic. If 20% of people here take that upsell, basically what happens is that your average cart value goes up. Next question.
Cool, so this one is from Dimitri. He said, what do you think about using animations instead of real people?
I don't like it. I don't like it. I think people convert a lot better than animations. A lot better than animations. So, I mean, you can create really cool animations, but I think people are better. I think they convert better too.
Alright, so Dan the Hatchman again asks, do you prefer the one-step checkout and possibly lose email contact versus two-step checkout and capture the email in case they leave prior to checkout?
Yeah. By the way, I'll answer the question in a second. Regarding animation, many years ago when I started Zeus, in the early days I made the mistake of using animation in our ads. So we had like cool looking animation of like women and men, like really cool in bars, like with martini glasses and all that. Bombed. Like those marketing campaigns were so ineffective, even though they look really cool. But guess what? People do not want to date cartoonish characters. It's just very simple. And I was like scratching my head. I was an engineer before. That was the first time I was doing marketing. I was like, why nobody wants to click on my ads? It's just they're so cool. But the truth is, nobody wants to date cartoonish people, and nobody wants to buy stuff from cartoons either. It's like, it's just a human is what we trust. So that's why I say, like, trust me on this. I've been there, done that. I understand it's hard for some people to get in front of camera. Hire somebody to do it. Get someone in your family to be the person in front of camera. And build using real people, real spokesperson. To give you a real example, one of my board members in my previous company was on the board of Priceline. And Priceline was actually struggling when he became a board member. And you know what turned Priceline around?
Was the spokesperson?
Yeah, William Shatner.
Yeah.
William Shatner, they brought William Shatner on board, and the business started booming because people know William Shatner, and he's a human. A cartoon would never have done as well as William Shatner. So it's just like, it's very simple. And yes, if William Shatner will probably convert better than your cousin, but your cousin will convert better than an animation. So pick the best that is available to you. Next, the question I just.
Yeah, so I'll say it again. Do you prefer the one-step checkout and possibly lose email contact versus two-step checkout?
So for physical products, I use a one-step checkout. If it was a digital product, I normally use an opt-in and then an order form. So that's kind of how I do it. So because it was a physical product, I used a one-step checkout.
Cool. So Nick basically just commented, said thanks, it's super helpful. Aaron said, if I have testimonials for my software subscription, where would I put them on the funnel page?
Oh,
example page.
Yeah, it's like literally, I mean, we didn't have any testimonials, but I would add a section and I would literally have, like, this is your story. I would add a section under your story above this checkout, and it would be like testimonial, like videos, photos, like quotes from your customers. Easy to do.
Cool. Camilla asks, well, they just stated insurance for your dog, maybe they're commenting.
Insurance for your dogs is a good upsell, actually. Yeah, good idea.
Louis said, thanks for clearing that up. And he also asked, what are some ideas to split test for this product, for example?
So if you want to do split, so here's the problem. You're on ClickFunnels, so you're kind of limited in terms of your split test abilities. It's just not, I mean, I love ClickFunnels because it's made it easy for people to build these pages, but it has a lot of limitations. And one of them, Shopify, is even worse. So I have a way of actually going around it on ClickFunnels, but we don't do it anymore because we are on our own software most of the time. So in ClickFunnels, so here, for example, you can actually create a variation right here. Create a duplicate. All right. So now you have a duplicate, and let's say, let's close window. Oh wait. All right. So I created a duplicate, and then you can test something like a headline. Let's say instead of surprise your best friend with an amazing monthly box, you want to test a different headline. Like let's say, who let, it's a horrible headline, but the dog's out. But just for the case of this particular thing. All right, now what I do is I do start split test 50-50, apply changes. And now when I go to stats, so I send traffic to it, right? When I go to stat, the default LP right here has a control and a variable, and then I can count the number of sales that goes to each one of them and decide which one is a better headline. Now, if you want to split test product, meaning price point, that's where ClickFunnels has a ton of disadvantages, like you can't really test it because the product would be the same, the price point would be the same across test and control. The way I go around it is that there's software out there that allows you to actually route traffic 50-50. Just look at traffic or click split testing or click routing split testing software. All right, there are websites out there that give you a URL that goes to 2 URLs. So the way I kind of work around ClickFunnels limitation is that I take this order form, and so this basically you can use their basically split testing for anything other than price or product. You can use like copy and all that, color, whatever you want to test. But if you want to test product, then you have to clone this step. I'm not going to do it right now, but you're going to clone the step, and then you grab this URL at the top, and then you will have 2 URLs to 2 checkout forms, right? And there's software out there that allows you to, it's called round robin, basically goes 1, 1, 1, 1, or like sends the first click to the first URL and then to the second URL. I use a particular software that is, I don't even recommend for this because it's expensive and it does a lot of other things, and this is part of what they do. But there are websites out there that you can put 2 URLs and then round robin. So it gives you 1 URL that you can use for ads, you send the traffic to, and then it splits it between the 2 different steps in a ClickFunnels funnel. So hopefully that makes sense. That's a little bit more advanced. a lot of you guys will not need it. If I have time in another call, I'll go through it. Okay, what else?
Cool, so Michael said, what do you suggest the best layout is for a website homepage for an e-commerce store like Knox? Should it follow the flow of a funnel, or is there a general layout you suggest? What I took away from your brief hammering on their homepage was, one, small header to not take up critical space above the fold. Two, video at top that's reasonable size so you can see it all. And then he just put question mark, and then call to action at the bottom for scrollers that made it that far. Don't leave them off your site to Instagram.
Yeah, don't. Harrison, take that button off right away. So, I guess so it depends. So, in this particular case, we were building, funnel was a superior experience because we were selling a single product, right? I mean, there are upsells and stuff, but we were mostly focused as the core product. We were focused on selling the subscription. If you're creating a lead funnel for a real estate agent or a brokerage firm or a landscaping business, same thing. You're trying to drive towards a single objective. In those cases, funnels win hands down. Now, there are scenarios where you want to have a collection of items on there, like a Shopify store. But even in those cases, the way I describe it is this. I create, like if you want to build a Shopify store, for example, with a ton of items on it. So let's say you have a Shopify store with a bunch of items on it. What I would do is I actually, over time, so you want to drive traffic to this, right? I keep it in Shopify, that's fine. So you have in Shopify, you have a ton of items. Shopify does inventory management and like a lot of other things that actually make sense for physical products. But then I find my best-selling products and I create a funnel for them. So I have a funnel on lead pages or ClickFunnels that all it does is that it has a landing page. So the problem with Shopify is that there are too many things going on. The page itself is not very flexible. You cannot do what I just did in ClickFunnels, like create a convincing, persuasive page. So what I do is that I do the persuasion on the landing page in ClickFunnels, so it's like ClickFunnels, and then I land them on the product page in Shopify. As a matter of fact, to give you an example, that's literally how I started MentorBox. So MentorBox, when I kind of, coupled it together initially, it was a test. It was initially I did it in Shopify. Shopify has a lot of issues. So I'm like, damn, this page I cannot do anything about it. And I was used to having like an engineering team building exactly what I wanted for me. So I was like, this is stupid. I can't persuade anybody on this Shopify page. But Shopify had a lot of advantage at the time, especially when I was selling a lot of physical products. Now it is more digital, and we completely migrated out of Shopify. But initially it was a lot of physical products. I was like, well, I kind of want to use the e-commerce engine of Shopify. But then I want to do convincing on a page that I can control and build the way I want to build. And that's why I use the ClickFunnels page as landing page. Persuasion, good copy, good videos, good sales, testimonials, social proof, authority, likability, just add it, right? And then there was an opt-in button at the bottom, and then it forwarded to my Shopify site on the page where they could purchase the actual physical box. So, sometimes you gotta, if you're not using custom software, sometimes you have to combine the two. I think I answered that question.
Yeah. See if there's any new ones. I think we got through all of them.
Okay, good.
Do they have any last questions?
All right, last comment. So did Harrison get back to us if it's okay to share this?
Yeah, he never said anything yet.
Okay, Harrison, let us know if it's okay if we share this template with people. If not, I'll just change the stuff and we will share it. In general, I think you guys, I wanted to combine a little bit of a strategic thinking with tactical. So when I just talk strategy and I do it on a board, sometimes I lose people because people don't get where I'm trying to go with it. But my goal is not to provide a detailed step-by-step ClickFunnels instructions to you, because there are tons of ways you can learn ClickFunnels or any other software on your own. The problem is most of the time people don't tell you, okay, here's how the buttons work, but nobody tells you how to actually build a business on top. So that's what I tried to do today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. And as homework, if you have a business and if you have a website, just go on ClickFunnels, or as homework, go on ClickFunnels, but you can use other software as well. Build a landing page that is persuasive, okay? Using the formula that I used. And do that for your business. And if you don't have one, just pick a hypothetical business. If you are a consultant, you want to build an agency, same thing. If you have clients, do it for your clients. If you don't have clients, think of a potential client and just do it. It actually, I tell you this, if you build, let's say, you don't want to do what I did, but do, I don't know, like some other subscription box business or something, right? Pick something hypothetical. Let's say, thinking of something, maybe send people a box of, think of a box subscription company.
Face cream.
Face cream for men, all right?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
All right. It's a small market, but
Or maybe for girls.
I mean, the beard thing is works. Yeah, beard products work. So something like that, like pick some, or for women, you can do like makeup subscription box, right? Think of one and then actually build it. If you don't have a client, if you want to start an agency and you don't have a client, just going through that exercise one time allows you to be a lot more credible when you talk to potential clients. If you have an agency, you have an advantage here. Do it for one of your customers the way I said it, and then see how it compares, how it works compared to other landing pages that the client might have had before you walked into their business. And with that, I'm gonna wrap it up. Any more questions?
No questions, but Paige, who I believe she said Harrison is her boyfriend, so I guess it's their business. He said can't seem to comment, but he says it's okay to share.
All right, so we got the okay to share this template with you guys. I'm gonna clean it up just a tad bit, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. Thank you for watching, and have a good